Want a real estate market update? Let's go over the April real estate market update for Thurston County. Hi, I'm Charlotte, your local Thurston County broker. The monthly data that I cover is for residential single-family homes. The first thing we cover is the price, both median sales price and average sales price. So April 2023 ended with a median sales price of $499,973, which was down 2% from April of 2022. And the average sales price ended at $537,975, and that was down 4.2% from the previous year. These numbers are year over year, which means comparing it to the same time last year, so April 2023 to April 2022. It's also helpful to see where we're trending, so let's look at January, February, and March of 2023. So January 2023 median sales price was $475,000. February median sales price was $487,000, and March median home sales price was $500,000. February was a 2.5% increase over January, and March 2023 was an additional 2.7% increase over February. April, however, was basically on par with March, technically a very tiny dip in price of $25. So even with the tiny dip we are appreciating so far this year. Looking at average sales price, January was $507,614. February was $522,683, and March was $542,081. February was 3% over January, and March was 3.7% over February. And again, April was a small dip. It was less than 1%. So even though April was a small dip, we're still appreciating overall so far this year. Let's talk about new listings. New listings in April 2023 were 342, which is down 40.1% year over year and down 6.6% from March of 2023. While we definitely saw an increase from the winter months in early spring, we did see a small slowdown in April. We are still seeing increased buyer traffic, but I think for new listings, we are seeing some sellers want to put a pause on potentially selling due to the interest rates. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, we are seeing some sellers who have a really low interest rate on their current mortgage, and it's not necessarily a good move for them to sell and buy up or buy down at this time. So keep in mind that's not the case for all sellers. It may still make sense to sell, especially if you are downsizing, but every situation is different. So get the data, get your numbers, and understand what they mean for you. Buyers are definitely out and about, and they're actively looking to purchase. So I encourage you, if you have thought about selling at all, reach out and find out the information on what you could list your home for and what the expectations are for your price point. You don't have to move forward with selling if you aren't ready, but you do yourself a disservice if you don't find out what you need to in order to make an informed decision. I encourage every homeowner to get a yearly professional equity assessment report on your home, just like you get your free credit report each year so that you can monitor your equity. Pending homes for April 2023 were 342, which was down by 28% from the previous April. This is also a small decrease of 4.2% over March of 2023, but still up from January and February. Homes closed generally represents the activity from 30 to 60 days previous. This is because homes are generally under contract for about 30 to 60 days depending on contracts, loan programs, etc. For April 2023, homes closed was 272. This was down 31.8% from April of 2022. Inventory. Inventory number is a snapshot. It's done on the last day of the month. There were 286 homes in April of 2023, which was down 8% when compared to April of 2022. And again, inventory isn't sticking around on the market as long. We have 32 days on market for April 2023, which is a huge increase, 357.1% from April of 2022, where days on market was 7 days. But it's important to pay attention to the trend, right? So it's a steady decrease from the last few months. So we are seeing homes go under contract more quickly. January to now, we went from January of 57, February of 50, March was 44, and then in April at 32. So like you can see, things are going under contract much more quickly than they have been. Percent of list price received. This means what price did the homes go under contract at compared to what they were listed for. 100% means that the offer on the home was exactly what it was listed at. So a home was listed at $400,000 and the offer to purchase was at $400,000. That would be 100%. When people were offering thousands of dollars over asking, the percentage would be over 100%. April was 100.6%, which was down 4.7% over April of last year, but it's up 0.5% over the last month. We are continuing to see increased activity and some multiple offers in some areas and some price points. So this makes sense. As the activity increases and multiple offers come back into play, we will probably see this percentage be above 100%. Before I move on, I want to give a little more context. We have steadily seen the days on market go down, which means homes are staying on the market for less and less time before they go under contract. We are also seeing the percent of list price received increase a bit each month. So buyers are paying over list price. Overall, this continues to show that buyers are out there and that they are wanting to buy, despite these media fears that the interest rate's too high for buyers to buy. Buyers are buying. Okay, month supply of inventory. This number is used to determine whether it's a seller's market, which is 0 to 3 months, a neutral market, which is 4 to 6 months, or anything above a 6 is a buyer's market. Typically, we see continued appreciation in a seller's market. So to find the month's supply of inventory, typically it's calculated by taking a rolling average number of homes that have sold in the past 12 months, and you divide that by 12. This gives you the average number of homes that have sold per month. Then you take the current inventory and you divide that number by the average number of homes that have sold per month, the one we just calculated. That will give you how many months of inventory we currently have. That number right now is 0.9 months, so not quite 1 month of inventory. This is an increase of 50% from April of 2022. In January, we were right at 1 month. In February, it dropped to 0.8 months of inventory. March was up to 0.9, and we are at 0.9 again. So we're kind of sticking right around that 1 month, almost 1 month inventory mark. So needless to say, we're very firmly planted in a seller's market still. And again, we probably will be hovering right around this area for a while. We still have a shortage of housing, and we likely will for a few years to come. This is based on the fact that not enough inventory was being built after 2005, and the millennial generation is at the age to buy. The average home buyer last year was 36 years old. I don't have a crystal ball, but based on this, I think we're going to still struggle with housing for a while. I wanted to mention that it's actually hard to make informed decisions about housing and your plans without having all the data you need to make those decisions. As I mentioned before, I think it's important as a homeowner to know what your house is worth. Not because you want to sell, but so that you know the health of your financial status. So click the link below to get a professional equity assessment report. And as a home buyer, the data shows that while things did slow down, you are seeing increased competition out there right now. We are seeing multiple offers, not on all properties, but ones that show well and are priced well and that are at a good price point. What do you think about the current market? Have any questions? Reach out. I'd love to help. As always, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.